Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today we're celebrating 100 days of switching from NVIDIA over to AMD. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, this has been pretty cool. I'm not missing out on anything, I don't feel like. I feel like I'm getting a really good gaming experience now. So much so that I'm buying more games on PC than I. Well, here's the thing, man. When I was on that 3080, I was still actively buying my games on the Xbox, just because I could never tell if it was going to run good or not. You know what I mean? I've been bitten so many times with the overall performance on the PC on that NVIDIA card. So I was just like, my gosh, man, this is starting to suck. I wanted to play new games on there. I've been able to play a lot of games on this AMD 7900 XT. I just got done playing Assassin's Creed Mirage on there. I've been playing some Forza Motorsport. Forza Motorsport clearly needs some better PC optimization. It's still a little fuzzy. I can get a good frame rate. I can drop to 1440p and I can get up to 80 frames, 90 frames a second. 4K is giving me anywhere from 45 up to 70 frames or whatever, just depending on how I'm running that one. But I do feel like that one there. I feel like that one there obviously is a game that needs better optimization. Not like a system thing, but more some optimization needs to be there. I don't even think FSR or anything's working to give you better performance on that, because I've turned it on and ran a benchmark, I've turned it off and ran a benchmark, and it's almost identical. So I don't necessarily think that. Even with ray tracing on and off, it's the frame rate basically stays the same most of the time. So that one's kind of weird. But I got Lords of the Fallen. We'll be playing that this weekend. I've been going through tons of my games that I already own, utilizing the new AMD's Fidelity Motion or Fluid Motion frames. That to me has been, on the games that I've been trying it on, not necessarily. It hasn't been necessary to use it to try to increase my frame rate, but it has been enough to push the experience forward. Now I am getting the best results at 1440p. If I put it on 1440p and I enable fluid motion frames, I get such a high frame rate that I'm not noticing the judder that I get when I play it on 4K. So 4K, right now it's not really that. Right now it's not that great with lower frame rates. If you got 60 or under, or at right at 60. The higher the frame rate goes, up to 100, 120 frames. You get up to 120 frames, it's incredible. I played most of Assassin's Creed Mirage with that. I've actually started a new playthrough. I just got off Kefalonia on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So I'm utilizing this technology and trying to find ways to incorporate it into my gaming experience. Because I do like it. I like how it smooths out the screen. I like how it. The reason for the smoothing out is to get the better fidelity. I feel like I get better fidelity visuals with a higher frame rate. So when the frame rate is well over 100 frames a second, I feel like I'm getting a much cleaner, crisper quality image than I would be without it. So and you can still utilize the in-game, if you got FSR or XESS in these games, you can still enable that and take advantage of that. Now I tried running it with Forza Motorsport, and I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't get it to boot up or anything. I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. It's not working with Forza Motorsport for some reason. But it worked just fine with Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's working good with all my other Assassin's Creed games. It's working good with basically everything I've tried on it. Cyberpunk 2077. If I'm running at 1440p and I get a pretty decent frame rate, that one looks incredible now. What else? Gosh, dude, this Fluid Motion Frames is actually a pretty cool tool to have if you're into like 1440p gaming. I definitely recommend trying it and at least seeing for yourself. You don't really need to listen to what I say or what anybody else says. Make up your own mind. Make up your own mind on these technologies. They're cool. They're there to help you. As all the NVIDIA bros were telling me, it's a tool. It's a tool. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's a tool. If you like it and you can enjoy it, that's cool. And I do stand corrected on frame generation. I do think that it can benefit some situations for sure. And seeing as I'm somebody that's like really big into open world games, it definitely helps my experience to be better. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. As long as I've still got the fluidity of, you know, like 60 FPS or higher when I'm playing those games, that's perfectly fine to me. You know, like if I've still got, you know, like a pretty decent latency on that and I can still feel and still have fun with that, yeah, that's okay to me. I don't necessarily think it's going to be good for, you know, like first-person shooters or anything like that. I tried it with RoboCop demo. It actually kind of helped that because it was there's some pretty bad shader stutter compilation like going on with that game, so it's kind of all over the place. But enabling that kind of helped it be a little bit smoother. So I was like, okay, that's not too bad. I would still get the shutters every once in a while, but not that bad. And that's been like the only game that's like really been that bad since I've had this. And I mean, right now we'll just go ahead and chalk that up to it being a freaking, you know, like a demo, pretty much. I mean, I wish it ran better as a demo, but it looks absolutely fabulous. Really cool game. Can't wait to get into that and play that. What else? Yeah, man, 100 days. I don't miss switching from NVIDIA, but I mean, at the same time, I wasn't really that far into PC gaming to where I was like, yeah, man, dude, I'm glad that I decided to switch over and give AMD a try because I kind of feel right at home with AMD. I do. I feel like the 7900 XT gives me enough power to run the games that I want to run. Now that AMD's Fluid Motion Frames is available and I can use it for, you know, pretty much everything, I'm liking this even more because, yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool technology. I like playing around with it. FSR3 has finally launched. We finally have it, and I've been able to utilize that. Forspoken is one of my favorite games this year, and wow, talk about transformative. It takes what I already had and amplifies that up even more, and it just feels fluid. It feels good. I like playing that. Like, it does get like a little frame pacey if you're on 4K, but on my 1440p monitor, I don't notice it that much. Like, I don't notice it really at all. Same goes for Immortals of Avium. Immortals of Avium runs so much smoother now, so much better, that I'm like, wow, man, this technology is actually helping these games. Playing games like Spider-Man Miles Morales, those games have definitely benefited from the fluid motion frames. Like, it's pretty cool. It's one of those things where like I get where we're going with PC gaming, and to me it kind of feels like it's starting to get into console space or whatever. You know, we're getting all these upscalers, we're getting all of this, you know, frame generation technology, we're getting it to like ray tracing. All of these different features are all coming at this point, you know, like when I got into the PC gaming. So it's kind of interesting. It definitely helps with the overall experience, having all of these different technologies to be able to utilize while you're playing your PC games. But there's always the other crowd that doesn't like this stuff, that doesn't appreciate this, that's truest and purest, and they gotta have, you know, everything just being real. They don't want no upscalers. And man, I used to be that guy. And man, my mind has changed so many times since I've started this channel. Some would call it flip-flopping. I just say that, look, man, I'm open to new things, but I have to see them. I have to see a benefit for them. It has to benefit something that I actually want to play. Like something like Forspoken. Yes, it benefits the experience. It made it better for me. I enjoy it more. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, being able to utilize fluid motion frames in that. These things right here, as long as they can benefit and enhance my experience, I'm fine with them. Well, when they don't enhance my experience, like say something like ray tracing. Like ray tracing does enhance the visual experience, but it doesn't enhance the overall feel of the game. And at this point in my gaming life, I'm kind of starting to become that person that like prefers like good looking visuals with a playable frame rate. Like I will sacrifice resolution from 4K to 1440p. I'll even sacrifice as low as 1080p. I would go as low as 1080p to be able to enjoy a higher frame rate with a higher quality image and visuals. So I don't know. I'm kind of at a point where I'm grateful that I decided to go with AMD, and I do like AMD. And like I said, I feel like I'm at home with AMD. I want to keep using AMD, maybe even next generation. If there's something out there, if there's like a new technology baked into it, I might upgrade. I might just keep upgrading with AMD and just stay with AMD for, definitely maybe. I don't know. I like it. I think it's great. I think that people out there that are spreading all the nonsense about AMD, I think it's uncalled for, man. Like, I'm absolutely happy with AMD. I'm not having all the problems that everybody's talking about, like the bad drivers and all of that stuff. This thing feels pretty on point. Like, it feels pretty good. I feel like I'm having a better overall gaming experience on AMD than I was having with NVIDIA. I do feel that way. But Frog, you got a more powerful card. You're right, I did. I would have had a more powerful card if I got a 4080 too. You know what I mean? Like, the experience would probably be fairly similar, but man, I love the Adrenaline software. I absolutely love the Adrenaline software. That to me is something that, like, it would be harder for me to give up the Adrenaline software than it was to give up DLSS. And that's just the way it is. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching.